Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Atiba Onetwati and I'm a third year Bachelor of Accounting student at the University of Johannesburg. In this video, I'll be listing a few things I wish I knew before studying accounting in university. High school accounting and university accounting are different. In high school, we focused more on calculations, focused more on the income statement, the balance sheet. I think we didn't really do a lot of theory. We did ratios and stuff, but other than that topic, we didn't really do a lot of theory. In varsity, that's not the case. In varsity, there's a lot of theory. In high school, you could get away with cramming a calculation, applying it in a different scenario, and you get away with that. But in varsity, you can't really get away with that, because in varsity they test if you really understand what you are doing. They want to see if you understand why you're debiting a certain account, why you're crediting a certain account. They want to see if you understand why you are doing a certain calculation. At some point, you'll need to explain why you're debiting a certain account, why you're crediting a certain account, why you're doing a certain calculation. So you can't really get away with cramming. So you really need to know your work. I remember we had to define and explain why something is an asset for 20 marks. And not from high school, I just thought an asset is something you own. Kandi, there's a whole definition for what an asset is. You need to apply that definition. You need to explain why a certain thing is an asset, why a certain thing is a liability. So if you want to do accounting in university because you love numbers, there's a lot of theory, and I think most of us chose to do accounting in university because we loved calculations, because we loved numbers. But we got the shock of our lives when we arrived here at university. So yeah, that's also something you need to consider if you want to do accounting. The first tests are usually rough. Yo guys, they're tough. I think it's like they're welcoming you to university, or they're welcoming you to a certain module. Kind of, they're like, welcome to university, welcome to taxation, welcome to FMA. But on a more serious note, it's important to not dwell on them for too long. Take your script, see where you went wrong, consult with your lecturers, consult with your peers, fix your mistakes, and keep moving. Don't dwell on it. Don't be sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, do I deserve to be here? Whatever. Guys, I know you can get to a point where you start questioning if you really deserve to be there, but first test. Fix your mistakes and keep it going. Things do get better if you study. The workload. The workload. Sometimes you'll be meeting deadlines upon deadlines, endless deadlines, and it can get overwhelming. At some point, you'll feel like you're the only one who doesn't have their things together. And that's not true. A lot of us don't have everything figured out. And it's okay to not have everything figured out. One thing you need to know for sure is that the library is going to be your new best friend. You are going to be there most of the time. That's if you can't study maybe in your room and you focus more in the library. But one thing for sure, you're always going to be studying. You're always going to have your books. And I think it's important to understand that there are sacrifices that you need to take in order to maintain good grades in varsity. At some point you need to sacrifice your personal life, and that's okay, guys. This is only temporary. This is only temporary, okay? You will enjoy life once you even have the money to enjoy life. So the library is definitely going to be your new best friend. You are going to feel dumb sometimes. Accounting will have you question your intelligence. You're gonna question if you really deserve to be there. You're gonna question if you deserve to be in that class. Imposter syndrome will creep in at some point, but it's important to remind yourself that yes, I do deserve to be there. Yes, I'm more than capable of getting good grades, and yes, I am more than capable of passing to the next grade. And again, the truth is we all don't have it figured out, and it's okay. It's okay if you feel like you don't have it all figured out. I think most of us feel like that, but we act tough. Last but not least, it's important to have friends who are doing the same course as you. It's important to have friends who are doing accounting, because those people relate with what you're going through. They can relate, and they know your struggles, they know what you're going through, so you don't really feel like you're going through varsity alone. You don't need to go through varsity alone. Have friends who are doing the same course. Have friends who are going to remind you why you're here. Have friends who are going to remind you to keep your eyes on the goal and to keep going, no matter how difficult things may look, no matter the obstacles. They're going to keep reminding you, we got this. They're going to encourage you to keep going, to study. Sometimes, guys, we do need people who remind you why you are there. Sometimes we need people who will help you keep going, and vice versa. You're also going to be there for someone, they're also going to be there for you. So I think that's why it's important to have friends who are doing the same course as you. You don't need to go through varsity alone, guys. No. With that being said, this video is not to scare anyone. I'm just sharing the realities we go through as accounting student. I wish I knew that we are going to do more theory than calculations. I think I wasn't going to step into BAC with the mentality that I'm going to do calculations. I'm doing accounting because I love numbers. I was going to step into this knowing what I am getting myself into, so that's why I think it's important to speak about these things, to talk about what we go through. You see, I still love what I'm doing. I still love accounting. I'm still passionate about it. And yeah, so for more videos like these, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.